Welcome back to ABC. A few moments ago, the Central Bank of Nigeria has just said that it has banned cryptocurrencies, and young people all around the country are in a full panic mode. In 2018, the Central Bank did say that cryptos are not a legal tender in Nigeria, and it has ordered all banks under their jurisdiction to close all accounts that trade in any form of cryptocurrency. That's the gist of the news. And before I continue with my analysis, what I'd like to say is that there is a gentleman by name Adekunle Daniel, and he is the CEO of Blockstill. They deal or are into cryptos, and what he has said is that it is the SEC that has jurisdiction over cryptos in Nigeria, and as such the CBN has no business outlawing cryptocurrencies. That means that to some extent those who trade in cryptos should be okay. So what he has proposed is that you withdraw your money into your personal account, and then from there you can use any fiat currency to purchase any one of the cryptos if you still want to do the business. By fiat, I mean that you can use PayPal, because PayPal allows for Bitcoin and other cryptos to be traded on their platform or to be used as an exchange of value. So by now, I think all of us, or some of us, those who are panicking, should have calmed down. Now that we've calmed down, let's do some analysis, and let me tell you some of the historicity concerning cryptocurrencies. I'm asking myself why the CBN will make an attempt to ban this currency or this form of currency, if you want, and I'm thinking of two reasons. First, because of the speculation of the youth. Perhaps they think that lots of the youth are involved in this means of acquisition of money, and they don't see it as if you want, as a genuine investment scheme. Yes. Now, the second and most important reason on the macroeconomic scale has to do with banks themselves speculating on the assets, or banks investing in the assets with Nigerians, with the money of Nigerians. Now, if that happens, looking at the volatility of the assets itself, how it goes up high and then the next minute is down there, if banks should lose money through these assets, it means that common folk, parents who are saving for their children's school fees, and people like that are going to be at the suffering end. And whenever that happens, the central bank will have to step up or step in and provide some support. So it means that the brunt of the irresponsibility of these banks is going to be borne by the central bank, and the central bank doesn't want that. And it doesn't want the situation where at the end of the day people will say that why didn't the central bank do or say something when they realized that it wasn't a safe investment vehicle. And I think that this might be the main reason why they have gotten ahead of the curve. Now the question will be, why now? Why? The reason is because early this year cryptos hit a record high of $40,000, and that's huge. So it means that lots of people might have interest in it, looking at how high it is going. That also means that the central bank has to lay the foundation to mitigate the risk in case it comes back down, to save the common Nigerian and the common Nigerians' money from being lost through this avenue or through this system. What you should realize is that Bitcoin alone is worth about, in total, its market cap is around $700 billion, and that is about 1.5 times the entire GDP of Nigeria, one of the biggest in West Africa. So it means that when a central bank is dealing with this kind of assets and the kind of interest that Nigerians have in this asset, they really need to be very cautious. If that doesn't happen, it can create a lot of kickback for the Nigerian economy. One thing that I would like to say is that both Citibank of America and JP Morgan Chase of America have predicted that the cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, is actually going to go beyond the $40,000 that we see now. Although as I speak with you, it is a little below $40,000. They guesstimate that within the next few years, for instance, JP Morgan Chase has said that it could hit over $100,000, and Citibank's analysts have gone even far beyond that, saying that it could hit around $300,000, which is crazy. And that is so because those of you who know cryptos, you know that there is a finite amount of Bitcoin that can be mined. That is around 21 million pieces of cryptos, and as it stands now, we have mined around 18 million pieces. That means that as time goes on, there are going to be fewer and fewer of cryptos, and the laws of demand and supply dictates that as the supply diminishes, the demand is going to rise. Hence, the price increment is something that is easily predictable and has been done by Citibank, and on and on. Perhaps the governors of the CBN know something about this and really want to save themselves from any trouble or kickback that might result from the current developments. One other disadvantage is that increasingly governments or people are recognizing that cryptos can be a store of value for money, right? Or it can be used as a safe asset in place of dollar, in place of gold. Now, if that is what is going to happen and Nigeria decides to stay away from it, it means that they are going to lose out on the new era of money, and I don't think that is good. So the central bank can take another look at this. These guys are far wiser than I am, or perhaps, but I'm quite sure they have a plan to get Nigeria back into cryptos if that is required. Now, an interesting fact before I shut this video down is that an NFL player by name Russell Okun, who is born to parents Victor Okun and Dorothy Akpabio, became the first NFL player and professional sports person in this year 2021 to receive part of his $13 million annual salary through cryptocurrencies. When he made a request last year for some part of his payment or salary to be made through cryptos, it was around $26,000, and now it's around $40,000. If he had gotten it by then, there would have been, close to about 70% appreciation of his money just through cryptos. So people are really buying into the idea. But this is what the Central Bank of Nigeria has said. But per what Adekunle Daniel is saying, if he is right, it means that the SEC has jurisdiction. You can use your bank account, but you can use PayPal or some other means to get to it. And that is that for now. See you in the next one. This has been ABC African Business Center.